Okay, thank you all for joining us tonight. We're very excited with the information that we're going to share, so we're going to get right to that business. This is a special Board of Education meeting on Wednesday, March 18th, and I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order and ask for the approval of the agenda. Keith, can you read that for us?
Yes, I move that the agenda of March 18, 2015, Special Board of Education may be approved as set forth, and each item is considered ready for discussion and/or action.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
So roll call action.
Director Witt,
Aye.
Director Humbles,
Aye.
Director Laverty,
Aye.
Director Westerkamp,
Aye.
Director Anhalt,
Aye.
Director Rosenthal,
Aye.
President Meisterling.
Aye, thank you. We have one item on the agenda, approval of the superintendent contract. And Ann, can you go ahead and read that motion?
Sure. I move that the board president be authorized to enter into a 3-year contract with Dr. Brad Buck as superintendent of the Cedar Rapids Community School District, with the understanding that the contract is subject to receipt of the Baker Eubanks due process report that shows no irregularities.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
This is a roll call action.
Director Laverty,
Aye.
Director Witt,
Aye.
Director Humbles,
Aye.
Director Westerkamp,
Aye.
Director Anhalt,
Aye.
Director Rosenthal, President Meisterling.
Thank you. Why don't we have board comments? Does anyone want to comment about the process or Dr. Buck's appointment? Gary?
Well, let me first say that, we wouldn't be in this position of hiring a new superintendent if Dr. Benson wasn't retiring, and I think we'd be remiss in saying what a great job that Dr. Benson has done for us and come in and when the district was in a difficult time. As far as our new superintendent, I've been connected with this district for 45 years. I started my career here and soon found that this was just the best place to hone my craft, to become a better teacher, to serve what I wanted to do, and that was to be able to empower young people. And that was because of a great district with great leadership, great teachers, and a great supporting community. And through all of that time, I don't believe we've ever had a superintendent that's been a product of our school district. And so for me, will be my first opportunity to authorize, to approve the hiring of a superintendent. I couldn't think of a better way of doing it, of having someone that has gone through our excellent school system, that has stayed in Iowa, has continued to work in education in Iowa. Not only does he know Cedar Rapids and has roots here and appreciative of our district, but he also has an understanding of Iowa and the ins and outs and the educational system here. So he will do an outstanding job. He will challenge us, I believe. He'll challenge us as a community, as a district, and particularly as a board. But I'm looking forward to that challenge as we move forward and continue with this great school district that we have.
Thank you, Gary. Other comments? Keith?
I appreciate the input that we got from the community on the surveys and the meetings we're ahead. We all looked at that. Those items came up repeatedly as we were going through the candidate list and so on. And many of the things that Gary has alluded to were in that they wanted somebody that had our Iowa roots, that understood the Iowa school systems, and we have that in Dr. Buck. So thank you for the inputs. We want to assure you that information was considered.
Keith? Ann?
This is one of the biggest decisions that the school board is tasked to do, to hire and evaluate a superintendent. We also set goals and do budget. And policy. Those are kind of our 4 main things. And so I agree with Keith. We appreciated the input. We also had a really great candidate pool. And a huge part of that was because it was going to be a confidential search. So this is actually my third superintendent search. The first one I was involved with was a fairly open process. The second one was a more modified process, and this one was strictly a confidential process. And with the current state of education and superintendents in the region, that was the advice of Dr. Attia, and at this point, I'm really glad we took it, because I think we got a really top-notch candidate. He's a good listener, he's well-educated, he's well-spoken, he's well-respected. He has ideas, but he's also a collaborative leader. So he's going to kind of take the pulse of our district and figure out, and he respects what we've done, and he's going to help us figure out how to do even better. So I'm really excited to looking forward to working with him.
Thank you, Ann. John, do you have any comments that you'd like to make?
Well, I would just like to say I think the board took its time and listened clearly to what the public, the constituents inside of the school district, the parents, the teachers, the students, and the staff told us they wanted from a new superintendent, and I think that we've got that in Dr. Brad Buck. He is a family man. He has children that are of school age. He is committed to being in our school district, and I just can't be happier to have a superintendent that will represent us, and I'm really happy with how this process went.
Thank you. Alan?
Nope, I just would say I agree with everything that's been said. Appreciate it. Appreciate the process.
Okay. Nancy?
I just want to say this was my first search, and I was very pleased with the search process and really looking forward and excited about working with Dr. Buck.
Thank you. And our three board members who are not with us today started their spring break early and had to leave town, but we didn't want to postpone this announcement and wait for everyone to get back. Then next week was spring break for our district, so we decided to hold this meeting tonight. I'm going to echo everything that everyone else has said. We had, Bill Attia reported that we had over 20 people that were interested in this position. We knew we would have a good applicant pool. It's an excellent district because of all of you. That pool was narrowed down to 5 that were presented to us that most closely matched what the public wanted and matched what the board goals are for our students. And from the 5, we then decided to interview 3 very, very strong candidates who all requested confidentiality in the process. All of them were gainfully employed, and their boards were not aware that they were interviewing elsewhere. So we really felt we needed to honor and respect that so that we could generate the best pool that we possibly could and then make a selection from there. We're very excited that Dr. Buck will be starting with us. He's got great ideas. As other people have said, he's led the state for the last 2 years. I personally felt honored that he would be interested. So thank you for joining us, and we stand adjourned.